So don't miss the beginning of this one. Gomis here on the UFC Fight Pass.
There we go with those kicks.
Invented from the very beginning.
Oh, and he might get the submission. That was actually Jessica Andrade caught Amanda Lemos with.
Should be a finish here. Inside a minute perhaps for William Gomis. Maybe the chin for the moment of the Brazilian is protecting him. He's digging that chin in. José Lima.
Start using those knees because it is right there for him. Oh, the choke is no longer there, but he does have good position. Looking to get the back. Just has to be careful not to lose balance because he's only really on one hip and doesn't have that second hook in deep enough.
I've been listening to Gomis's corner speak to him, and he's obeying what they're saying almost the second they say it. A young fighter who's eager to learn, however, to listen to his corner. José Lima needs to try and get out of this situation because the more it's going to go on, we've seen it before, Gomis is unrelentless, he does not back off.
This is where Jose has had problems in his past two fights where he was just stuffed, he was taken down and just the distance is broken, and now the kick start again from William Gomis.
José Lima looking to shorten the distance, not for the takedown, but to try and start striking. Low kick, he's moving his hands a lot. Gomis with a wild hook there. Kick to the body. Lima returns the favor.
Gomis is looking for very precise shots within the punches that José Lima is throwing. Now pressed up against the fence again.
Trying to bring the knees into action, the Brazilian. Frenchman, for the moment, maneuvering his opponent. A couple of knees to the body there. And another one from the Brazilian. A good combination from Gomis as they break away again. Front kick doesn't hit its mark.
José Lima is just throwing everything. Power, as much power as he can, and once again he's able to catch him and go towards the back.
Almost surprisingly easy, isn't it, when he evades like that? But he's such a slippery character.
But it's just that he's just so into the fight, and the Sanda background is giving him so many rounds in order to see the punches coming and be able to duck under them and get their timing. Heavy elbow.
Yeah, it's a good strike there. Decent kick. This time going above the knee, looking for that dead leg area. Gomis responds. Lima looks a little bit off the more mobile fighter, flies in there with that bicycle.
Like his knees are really helping him out. He's really invested them, and even when he's had his back against the fence, he's landed pretty hard shots.
Crowd starting to sense that perhaps Gomis needs a little bit of help. Thank you. Gomis said attacks the head.
Saisis, marque des points, Willy. Marque des points, saisis tes mains en toutes ses fesses. Tu descends en squat, tu saisis tes mains en toutes ses fesses. Fais attention à la guillotine, s'il vous plaît. Allez, 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 marque.
Clinch break is dangerous. Oh, when he lands on top.
Yeah.
Taking full opportunity. opportunity of the scramble.
Not a lot of time left to take opportunity and advantage of it. And a very good showing from José Lima, I have to say. Well, everyone's predictions have come to nothing. It will not be a first-round finish.
He was able to use his lead leg as well to continue, but José Lima did a good job at keeping a tight guard and an eye on Gomis.
I think his left arm blocked most of the damage there as well. This was the one we saw at the end. Once again, not really hitting its mark, but I really get the feeling that José Lima grew into the fight, Veronica.
Yes,
started out slowly, but really started, you know, became better and better as it went on.
It was when he started using those knees that he started to feel a lot more powerful and like, hey, I'm here to win this fight.
Yeah.
I'm not just here to participate. More strikes thrown.
More of a
According to the
percentage
site.
that hitting as well. So according to that, we'll be going with the Brazilian for the first round. Let's see what happens here. I think what you were saying earlier, Veronica, that what he did relatively well was deal with the threat when he had his back against the cage.
Oh! Look at that, everything. Gomis doesn't seem to be as mobile in this fight. He's usually just lets things go, but seems to be a little bit hesitant to throw, or when he's throwing with everything.
It's always this make or break attitude, isn't it?
Yes, it's
just not controlled.
Yeah, when you just want to knock your opponent out and just fight so spectacularly, it kind of takes away from the smart fighter that he is, which is what he wants to tag his opponent, use his kicks, and use his mobility.
But do you think that as the fight goes on, Veronica, that'll work against him? Because he said, you know, it's going to be a fast finish. It's someone who didn't have a lot of preparation against him. Is frustration going to creep in? He's young. You know, he's very vocal that he wants to go to the UFC, so he's thinking, you know, if I can't put away these guys, perhaps it works against me.
Or he might be thinking, time's ticking away. I'm not getting this spectacular first-round knockout that I wanted, and things might, you know, start to work against him in that. But something that Fernand Lopez told us is that there is no doubt in his mind that you can't convince him that there is any danger, and he's going to keep going. And again, a big shot, just looking for a knockout, but is able to press his opponent against the fence now, using those shoulder strikes.
Allez, prends le temps, Willy. Là, c'est à toi de faire, c'est à toi de faire. Débrouille bien tes mains. C'est en équilibre, Willy, arrête de
A little bit of lull in this fight as we approach the midway mark in the second round. José Lima.
He has to be careful. He has to really use that underhook to not let him get around. Not be lazy with it.
Julie, dès que tu désengages, leur petit boxing.
Really trying to control that right hand of José Lima and strike, but he has to be careful that José doesn't strike first. Now with a tight clinch and knee, something that he's so good at.
Yeah, the knees are open there every time for José Lima, who managed to also land an uppercut at one point. And if anything, the Brazilian's almost fought better when he's had his back against the wall.
It's just,
when he's been in command.
Yeah, it's just the space created and the knees he's landing. That's one of his best attributes, that tight clinch knee and that rear body kick.
Gomis looking to change the angles a little bit. Lima looks to be slowing down as well. Countered that one well, though, and this time he's the one who pushes Gomis up against the Aris Arena. Really enthralling fight here on the UFC Fight Pass.
Now, he's trying to get the back, but he has to get around that lead arm. José Lima did a good job at establishing that underhook to not let Gomis go to the back. More head pressure from William Gomis. Trying to make his opponent really uncomfortable.
Doesn't seem to be working. If anything, it's José Lima who's making his opponent uncomfortable by just staying in this fight, by just fighting hard, by finding answers. It's a good takedown by Gomis.
Beautiful timing and trying to get past the legs.
Looking to make something happen, as he did at the end of the first, but it's late in this second round. There's 30 seconds left.
Has a little bit more time than the first, though, but, I mean, José Lima is so dangerous off his back. He just chains submissions together.
He needs to get past his guard as well. 20 seconds now. He's looking to unleash some of those elbows. Gets one away. Lima responds.
He's really putting his body weight into the elbows as well.
Grunting, really, with the effort here. Lima just gives him a friendly tap on the shoulder and smiles at him as he gets up.
This might be a good indicator for Gomis on what he should do in the next round. He should wait for that overcommitment of José Lima and try to take it to the ground and land these powerful shots. Try to control the submission attempts from José Lima and just land his own strikes. Trying to go for an uppercut and just power shots.
It all seems a little bit disjointed from William Gomis, who has always, you know, had the habit of, you know, having a game plan, being smart about it, and this time it's almost like the moment's got to him. He's not fighting with a pattern, but just trying to land shots.
Absolutely. I mean, the thing is, his opponent took the fight on 2 days' notice. So for him, he's like, I've been training for Renan Barão, for the UFC champion. You know, like, I should run over this guy quickly. He's coming off a 2-fight losing streak.
And I guess if you're José Lima, you've got nothing to lose either. I mean, if you lose against William Gomis like this, it's, you know, kudos to you. Whereas at the moment, well, that second round definitely went in favor of William Gomis. Final round here.
It was especially in those last 30 seconds when he was able to get the takedown and land those significant strikes.
Are we going to see the explosive, methodical William Gomis in this final round? Good combination
One leg
there.
than the other. It's beautiful how he mixes both legs into the attack.
Wild swinging there from the Brazilian. Left himself open, but narrowed the distance. Call from Gomis' corners to get out of that position.
Now back to that grueling over-under control. He has control of José Lima's forearm, and he's trying to utilize it to his advantage, but now he's able to turn him back. And now has more control over him. When he
Takedowns.
Like I said, this is really where José Lima struggled in his last 2 fights. And Gomis told us, nah, I'm not going to watch my opponent. I don't care about him. I don't care what he does. But, I mean, if he would have noticed that this was a problem in his game and would have attacked it a little bit sooner. But he's a very smart fighter, and he's figured it out, and now he's really taking advantage of this. Yep. Passing to side control.
These are point-winning moments in the fight.
Absolutely.
For William Gomis. If he doesn't get the knockout before the end, at least he's making sure that the judges see that he's the one who deserves to win it. And José Lima needs to be careful. Can't knee the head here because the knee's on the ground for the Brazilian. He's pushing for that guillotine.
He doesn't quite have the angle. And Lima has a good control on the arm as well. So it's going to be difficult for him to close his hands and really finish the submission. Oh, he's pressing forward, pressing his hips.
Has he got it? That seems to me like there's a bit of space.
Yeah, Jose's turning his hand and now went to guard it, to defend it.
He's going to pound though, Gomis.
He's starting with everything now. He really wants to get this fight stopped. Beautiful strikes from the top. Really taking advantage of this position. And now trying to mount.
Yep.
But he gave him a far side butterfly that maybe he can utilize.
Referee taking a close look at this. José Lima defending himself with the hammer blows are coming down hard. He's called for action. Called again for action. This is going to be stopped. Finished.
No defense.
William Gomis
Finishes the opponent, wasn't even looking.
does get the finish.
That's a huge three-time defense.
Big victory for William Gomis, perhaps not the one that he expected, but nonetheless a win for the Frenchman.
And it's an important win. It was somebody who was very tough, very durable, that, you know, he's competed at a very high level, competed in the tough for Brazil, which is not an easy thing at all to do.
I'm going to go and speak with William Gomis now, so I'll leave you in the hands of Veronica.
They're calling the fighters over, but José Lima doesn't want to get up.
Referee Christophe Chapuis stops the bout at 3 minutes 29 seconds of round 3 due to excessive strikes. Your winner by technical knockout, William Jaguar Gomis.